we're practicing. We're new to this. For the folks that were tuned in since 4 on the dot, y'all are real ones. For the ones just tuning in, thank you so much for being here. My name is Laura, never Laura, and we are bringing you LA Taco Live with Laura today. And I'm the Laura. I'm still Shakira about it, like I mentioned before. But we are so excited today. We're bringing you the dopest LA Taco team. Memo El Dragon de Los Angeles, Sam Muñoz, Lexus Olivier Ray, all folks who do amazing things for LA Taco and bring you the greatest stories. And I'm excited to make those stories come alive with the dopest guests. We were supposed to have Danny Trejo on the show with us today. He rescheduled. He's booked and busy. Okay, we get it. But the second guest we have that's now joining us to start, also legendary trailblazer, Chicana, body yaddy yaddy, skating queen, podcasting extraordinaire. We have Mala Muñoz in the building with us, y'all.
Hey guys, thank you for having me. Thank you, LA Taco, and thank you, Laura.
Of course, girl. I can't even tell you how excited I am to have you. I'm like low-key fangirling. Me están sudando las chichis. So, I want to start off by just asking if you want to tell us about yourself. So, here at LA Taco, you have your run-of-the-mill CNN. You have your run-of-the-mill, news site. We're not doing that. We want to know the people below all that bullshit. Okay, so we want to know, tell us about yourself. What's on your dating app profile?
Oh, God.
What are you up to these days? We're going to get into all of it.
I know. So, my name is Mala Muñoz. I'm a Chicana from Los Angeles. I'm a podcaster. I'm a writer. And I'm a fucking marihuanera.
Oh, we love it.
Yeah.
The team was just clowning me because we were talking about weed and I said, Indo, smoke that Indo. Didn't know that was slang for indica. I'm still learning a lot of things. But yes, Marihuanera is your latest project. Can you tell us about that? What is that? How did it start? What's up?
Yeah, so in 2016, my co-host and co-producer, Dios FM, and I started our flagship podcast, Locatora Radio, Radiophonic Novela. Mm-hmm. Since then, we have now over 115 episodes, over 1 million lifetime downloads. We have merch. We did the university circuit in the before times, before the pandemic. We used to throw podcast parties. And during the pandemic, we couldn't travel anymore. Mm-hmm. We couldn't throw parties anymore. So we decided to raise money. We raised $15,000. Yes. Thank you to all of our listeners and everybody who contributed. And we launched our own podcast production company. So we're now Locatora Productions, LLC.
Yes!
Ooh. Yes. We're official. We're paying taxes. We're doing the whole thing. We're legit. I promise. I swear. So after launching Locatora Productions, in the pandemic, I've been hanging out at home, quarantined, writing, skating, and smoking a lot. Yeah. Like smoking real heavy.
We love it.
Every day. Like weed, I'm very single. So weed has been my boyfriend and my girlfriend and my constant companion. So after a certain point, after we launched our production company, I knew that I wanted to host my own podcast. I wanted to be able to flex my comedy chops because she's funny. Hilarious. And so I wanted to put something out there that had to do with cannabis and the life that I've been living. I've been kind of a hippie bitch recently, to be frank,
But also the baddest hippie bitch.
Thank
You're
you.
Out here. I look at your Instagram and I'm like, wow, Tuesday, 9 a.m. We're at the beach with the titties and the body.
Exactly.
Can I aspire? Just goals all around.
And I think that's my goal is bitch, go be a marihuanera, go be a hippie, go let your titties out, go skate in the middle of the week, quit your job, suck a dick,
Yes!
I want women to have fun. And so I've been having fun and I said, let me put this podcast together. And I did, and I've put out 10 episodes so far, and people seem to like it, and I'm still smoking, and yeah, that's where we're at.
Yo, we don't like it, we love it. And 10, I'm behind. I'm over here thinking you were on episode 3. You better work.
Thank you.
It's just so beautiful to see you. Like I said, when I hop on the social media, if you don't follow Mala, get on it because you should. But you really are just living your life. And that's a beautiful testament to folks just really going out there and doing what the fuck they want and making money from it. Now, that brings me to my next question, though, because I'm curious. Mm-hmm. We don't get to hear about this often unless you are fans of the story, and I am. I click through and I listen. Tell me about the OnlyFans drama. There was some time you were using that to get a little bit of funds, and what happened?
So, I'm still on OnlyFans. I'm at Mas Mala. And Laura, you want to get closer to me?
Oh, yes, of
Yeah.
course.
So this is an intimate conversation, so let's get into it.
We love to be close.
We
We
do.
love to have astigmatism and have bad eyesight, but we're working on it. We're doing it.
Yeah, I'm still on OnlyFans. I'm at Masmala. But, honestly, I quit my job like early 2020, March 2020. I was teaching at this school for girls in Pasadena. And we had already been podcasting for some time. And I was like, this is only ever going to be a hobby if I treat it like a hobby and if I'm only doing it after school, literally, and on weekends. So I was in a position where I was able to quit. And although we do our speaking gigs and we sell ad space and we have our merch and we have our streams of income, but there are a lot of expenses that go into podcasting. It's expensive.
And y'all stay looking fire. So I know those outfits cost money, baby.
Oh, yeah, definitely. They cost money. They cost time. So a lot of our podcasting gigs, that money goes directly into production costs, into paying our audio editor, into paying for the subscriptions and the hosting fees that we have, buying outfits and hair and makeup. All of it costs money. So when we have our gigs, we're not like pocketing money. So I'm like, I need to figure something out right now. I need to figure something out because I need to pay my bills, I still have my student loans. I'm paying rent. Like, I'm living my life and I need to be able to buy my weed. More importantly, I need cash flow.
Yes.
I have to afford my weed habit.
I heard that.
It's
got inflation.
Yeah, it's up for sure.
It all adds up. And so I'm like, I have these fools in my fucking DMs anyways, bothering me.
Let's charge them.
Asking
We're ready
me for
for
photos.
it.
Yeah, wanting to chat me up. And so I had seen a lot of the OnlyFans girls just fucking killing it, making $10,000 a month, what have you. So I started doing my research and I started looking at all the YouTube videos and reading the blogs, and I figured out a way to do it so that I felt comfortable. So it's boudoir and bikini, no nudes, no sex acts. And I made like $10,000 in 2 months. Yeah, I mean,
1,000%. We love to see it.
that got me through like the spring to summer, and I was paying my rent, buying my weed, buying my outfits.
Wow.
And existing. And I had to submit a W-9. I was an independent contractor. I'm like, this is a job, honey. Like, I don't care what anybody says. Like, they have my W-9.
Period. We want the posts. We want the money. We're here for it.
And it was funny because I've started doing stand-up comedy and I've started going to different open mics. And one of the jokes that I've been working on is an OnlyFans joke. And it's kind of like, when I think about it, I was doing I still am, a public service and a public good, like for first responders and for like, the folks that are saving COVID patients and saving lives. And I figured this out because I was posting like my twerking vids and like twerking on roller skates or whatever. And then I would have like an EMT who subscribes to me be like, I had a hard day on the COVID floor and your twerking on roller skate videos really made my day that much better.
Wow. Okay, Mala is a philanthropist with the body, yada, yada, and the entertainment. Okay, we need that. We need that during these tough times.
She's saving our essential workers.
Right.
I do it for the essential workers.
She is an essential worker.
Thank you.
1,000%.
Because remember when people were like on balconies, like doing round of applause and banging pots and pans? I'm like, Angel, the ICU nurse, does not want to see Gertrude clapping from the retirement balcony.
What does Angel want to see, Mala?
He wants to see me making my ass clap in a circle.
1,000%.
That's what he wants to see. So that's what I'm going to give for $25 a month. You too can have access to such quality content.
Mala is living the life we all want to lead. And when I say we, I mean me. I am a fan. We love it. So you also mentioned that I wanted to know about the drama at OnlyFans. There was some time where you were being like policed and also fat phobia coming up. And you also got me through my day, right? Like you went out there and you said, fuck all y'all. What's up?
Yeah. So, promoting the OnlyFans is a very tricky thing because if you put your links on your Instagram and your profile, the algorithm and the site is picking up on it, and you can get a lot of your like swipe up features taken away from you or your account suspended. Same on TikTok, not so much on Twitter because it's a fucking hellhole and no one gives a shit. Like anything flies on Twitter. Like Twitter's a safe space for all manner of debauchery.
We love it too, yes.
Yeah, it's a safe space for that. But Instagram, they're very anti-sex work. They're like very whorephobic. They're also very anti-cannabis. And so here I am, like, ho shit, weed shit, like on Instagram, and a lot of like stuff getting taken down or like threatening to take down my account. So I've kind of pulled back and I don't really promote the OnlyFans anymore because there's just so much else riding on the social media working and being up and running.
Yes.
Yeah.
It just upset me so much because I would see, I mean, all bodies are welcome, right? But I would just see the tiniest people clapping ass. Not necessarily what I don't want to see because I don't relate to it.
What's clapping?
Then I'm like, where's Mala?
Yeah.
Where did that go? And it was police, right? So I just wanted to bring that up to let you know that you still got fans. I miss it as well. I know a lot of folks probably do miss you marketing for the OnlyFans, but thank you for your service.
Thank you.
I also know that it's Veterans Day, so shout out to the veteranos. We're sending you love. You just reminded me because I'm just thinking of all the amazing things you're doing for the essential workers. And like Sam said, you are an essential worker. Now, your comedy life, girl. I recently saw that you tweeted that you bombed and that you loved it.
It was great.
I can't imagine you bombing because just having you on stage in of itself is beautiful, right?
Thank you.
What has that experience been like for you? First and foremost, also to see a woman of color doing comedy. I know there's many that are also trailblazing, but I just feel like I've known you since the inception of Locatora, known you in your social media realm, and to see you now doing this and going to shows and doing stand-up, I'm just like, this bitch better work. Like, it's so dope to see, and I want to know, like, what is that experience like from even now? How has your journey been?
Yeah, it's so fun. And like for me, like me gusta sufrir. Like I really do.
We all do.
So the stand-up is like, that's perfect. That's like constant self-flagellation. Like if you really want to suffer, like go do stand-up and go start at some open mics. So I've been stalking a number of stand-up comedians online for years now because I wanted to find out like what are the open mics that the real comics that I respect and actually think are funny, which mics are they going to? And I knew I did not want to do a mic in Hollywood. Fuck that. I didn't want to do a mic downtown. I didn't want to do a mic in the city. But I saw that there were a ton of comedians and women comedians that I really like who had gone through the Chatterbox in Covina. I grew up in the San Gabriel Valley. And if there's anything I know, it's Mexicans from the SGV. Like, I can handle you fuckers. I know what you fools are about. That I can do.
Tell us about them, because I'm used to the ones from East Los. So what's up? The Edgar.
There are some Edgars, but there's also just a bunch of fucking pochos, you know? There's a ton of pochos out there, and those are my people. I'm the il pocha, and I'm like, I can deal with you fools. So I've been going out to the Chatterbox. I've gone to a couple different mics, like in Burbank. I've met some cool comics who have like invited me to go with them to different open mics, and I'm just trying it out. When I started the Marihuanera podcast, that was also a way for me to like test out my comedy writing and my jokes. And I was like, if people respond well to these jokes and they tell me that they think it's funny and they're laughing and they like it, I know that this will probably translate to the stage because I'm better in person.
Wow, a proactive queen. We're here for it. Strategy. We love it.
Yes, yes.
I'm over here monopolizing the conversation, and I know some of our LA Taco fam also had some questions. So, folks, we have Mala in the business, in the room. What's up? You have any questions for her?
Let's get into the weeds a bit.
Yeah.
Lex is like,
let's get into
it.
Let's dig into the experts.
I want to know like what strains you like, what you're smoking now, like what do you like?
Yeah, so I'm definitely one of those like conspiracy theorists that I don't think different strains exist.
Wow, and that's what I was saying before.
Yeah. So do you stick to like one strain, or it doesn't matter what you're smoking?
I smoke weed the way that I drink beer. What's the highest THC content? What's the highest alcohol content? Like, honestly, that's how I choose. And when it comes to cannabis too, like I tend to choose sativas, even though I smoke indicas and sativas and I feel like the plant is just different. I don't know that they're actually different items, you know? I think that they're just existing on a spectrum of whatever the chemicals are. And that plant and however it's been cultivated and genetically engineered, that's how it smokes. Like my very unscientific, unsophisticated explanation, right?
I feel you, because when you said highest THC, a bitch will be out here naked on the street corner if I ask for that at the dispensary. But I know these folks smoke mad weed. What were you saying earlier, Memo? Indica in the sheets and sativa in the street.
Exactly.
That is Memo style.
It's daytime, it's sativa, you know, and if it's nighttime, it's indica.
Okay.
But when I'm in bed, when I'm at home, maybe watch some Netflix or something. Yeah.
We're here for it. When the
Yeah.
pandemic first started and all the celebrities were having those concerts, I forget the Versus concerts, I bought a sativa pen and I think I was watching Jill Scott and sativa really put me on one. I said, wow, am I in a nightclub at 10 p.m.? Are the bops bopping? We're here for it. That's beautiful. So weed, I want to bring it back to my question about marijuanera. It is popular. I see you at these podcast parties too, just rocking everybody's world. Like people are showing up to smoke, to laugh, to enjoy good food, to just be in a beautiful community. But I'm curious to know about the family side. There is a lot of stigma about marijuana. When I go to Mexico, my mom tells me, don't get deported. Girl, I'm a citizen. Like, what? She tells me, like, don't get caught up with people. Like, it's a lot of fear, right, that exists in a lot of different communities. But I know for sure, being Mexican-American, my mom is tripping about it sometimes still. So what is the stigma? What have reactions been from your family? I am a fan of your grandmother, Nacha.
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 Yes, shout
I
out
love
Nacha.
when you post Nacha on social media. So what are their thoughts and what has the response been from folks?
Ooh, oh my God. My mom hates it so much. She hates it. And me and my brother, he's younger than me, he's my smoking buddy. So when I visit my parents, we go upstairs and we take our alone time and we smoke. And when my mom like catches us, and we're both in our 20s, I'm in the deep end of my 20s, the very deep end of my 20s. He's a few years younger, but she like catches us still. And she's like, I wish you would stop doing that. And I'm like, no.
Right. Like, girl, let us
Never
live.
gonna
Let us
stop.
live.
Let us live. But also, my dad was hospitalized a few years ago and he was like in the hospital for like 3 months. It was super horrible. And when he was in the hospital here at Huntington in Pasadena,
Okay.
I would like go visit him after work. And he like was not getting enough pain medication. Like he was in so much pain. And I had my pen on me. And I was like, look, mom and dad, like dad is in pain. These nurses are not going to give him more. And I don't even know that we want him to have more morphine or whatever the
Right.
narcotic is, but he can hit my pen. And this is like 80%. Like this is going to
Mala
get the
comes
job
to the
done.
rescue again.
And, my dad has been sober since before he met my mom. And so I've never known my dad to have a drink or to do drugs. He came home every day, just like the OG, just Mexican dad, and like coached our teams and like worked his whole life and like never took vacations unless he took us on a vacation.
Yes.
And so, I was like, this is one of those moments where he's been staying away from the stuff, like to be family man. But I think this is the time.
It
This
is
is a
time.
full circle, like, let's go. So he hits the pen and he hits it again and he hits it again. And he felt amazing. And he felt so good. And he's in his scrubs in the hospital room, like, and my mom is like looking out to make sure the nurses don't come. And we're like getting rid of the vapor.
Wow.
Vaping in the hospital.
Yo, when you need to do it, you need to do it.
And I was like, Dad, I'm so glad I finally got to smoke you out. Kind of, right? I supplied the weed and I'm in the hospital and I'm so excited.
And he's feeling better. We love that.
And when he got discharged and he was at home, he was using edibles. He was using edibles and it helped him in his recovery process. So that experience, I think, helped my mom to like not be so like hard on me, like with the cannabis use, because she saw that, the only thing that mattered in that moment was that like dad was comfortable and that dad could recover.
Right.
And if this was helping.
And it worked wonders, it seems. How's your dad doing now?
Oh, he's good. He's chilling.
We love it.
Can I tell you something? Can I tell you some
Please.
gossip? Oh my God, I'm crying. My dad is so funny. So my dad is like an OG Chicano from Bakersfield. He was born in 1952. He worked in the fields. Like he's hardcore. He worked for the railroad. He has like a big old scar on his neck. My dad is cool. And he's a big fan of Danny Trejo. Big fan of Danny Trejo. But when I told my dad, like, oh, Danny's probably going to be here, like, ta-ta-ta. And my dad's like, doesn't he have that restaurant on La Brea? I'm like, yeah, Trejo's Tacos. He's like, yeah, it's a little too vegetarian for me. It's a little too hippie for me.
The disrespect. Your dad likes the carne. He likes the meat. Yeah. Okay.
He's like, Trejo's Tacos, a little too hippie for me. A little too veg for me.
Oh, my gosh.
Like smoke him out and take him to go eat if he has a munchie.
Right. I know. I'm like,
that is so funny.
The burrito, 3 tacos.
Yes. I was screaming. I'm like, I think they have meat options.
They do. They
They
do.
do.
They definitely do.
Yeah,
Yes.
good meat too, yeah.
A variety.
A variety.
So next time you smoke them out, take them down to Dreo's Tacos.
I'm gonna have to. I would love for them to meet because I feel like it would be like a short king moment, like in the history of the world, like two very strong short kings, just like a meeting of the minds.
It would be beautiful. I feel the same way about my dad. I'm like, what would it look like? I feel like my worlds would implode just seeing them standing in the same room. That is so funny. So talking about cities, you talk about visiting your parents and you repped Bakersfield or you shouted out Bakersfield. What city are you repping in Los Angeles?
Yeah. So I actually live with my grandma Nacha. And I talk about living with my grandma Nacha because so many of our podcast listeners and followers fucking live at home with their families. Latinos, people of color, like stay home. Not all the time, but in my family, at least, my parents are very much like, if you leave us, we'll be devastated, you know?
And are you going to be okay? And is Primer Impacto going to be featuring you next week? It's a lot.
It's a lot. They're like, never leave us. You never have to leave. You can stay forever. But so I've been living with my grandma and she lives in Harvard Heights.
Okay.
And she's been in that neighborhood for like 65 years. When my grandma first came to LA, she was 16. And what she has shared is like LA, the city hall was like the tallest building.
Wow.
Like when she got to LA. So she's been, she's been here for longer. She left Mexico when she was like 16. So she was in Brawley and then she stayed in LA. And I am in the house where my mother was raised and where her siblings were raised. And she would walk to school from her house her whole life.
That's so beautiful.
So we're like in the neighborhood. And I love it. It's where I've built Locatora alongside Diosa. It's where Marihuanera has been created. All my writing, like anything I've done post-college as an adult has been in the studio apartment above my grandma Nacha's garage. Like that's where it's all happened and all been done.
That is so beautiful. And I'm not even familiar with Harvard Heights. What is it? Neighboring? I'm fake. I'm a fake one from Los Angeles. But tell us where is, or like what's in the area? A question we love to ask at LA Taco 2 is, and I feel like we stump people a lot, so don't feel pressure to answer right away, but what's your favorite taco in Los Angeles? We know and we're fans that there's taco trucks on every corner. Everywhere. You can get the flour tortilla, the handmade tortilla, the not handmade tortilla, the mulita, whatever the fuck, right? It's all available always in Los Angeles. So we like to ask our guests, what taco hit? Yeah. Which taco made you just like made your eyes roll back? It might have been orgasmic. It might have been a lot. Like, what was that for you?
Oh my God, there's so many, and it like so depends on the context and the time of day. So Harvard Heights is like K-Town, Mid-City, Pico Union, like it's right nestled, and then Adams is like below. So it's like right in there. Not a lot of people know about it. It's a historic neighborhood because they were getting ready to gentrify. So they're like, let's make it a historic neighborhood.
Lord.
And it has been heavily gentrified. And so it's an area that like has gone through many changes. It used to be like a Jewish neighborhood. There's a big sign up there that says the Byzantine Latino Quarter. Papa Christos is there. The Dinos on Pico, I think, is also formerly owned by Greek people. So there was a big Greek community there when my grandma moved in. And it's since then has become predominantly like Mexican, Oaxacan, Central American.
Okay.
But now with gentrification, things are starting to veer white again.
Right.
Yeah. But Alan Chasaro did a piece for LA Taco where I like talked about some of my favorite taco spots.
Okay.
Yeah. And so one of them is La Huera, Tacos La Huera. Which is like, that's my local spot. Like I'm high as shit and I have a little cash. Let me go get some tacos.
Yes. And Tacos La Huera is taking over LA County. They're everywhere. They're in Pomona. They're down the street near the Pep Boys in East Los. So they have one near you.
There's one near me, and they have a Yelp page. Yes. And it's been amazing because over the years for us, I didn't even know what the place was called. We would just colloquially, voy a los tacos.
Yeah. You know what? You know where it is.
It's the corner spot. And then I started noticing like, oh my God, this line is getting really long. Like, and there were all kinds of randos that are like, you don't live around here.
Yeah.
And then I spoke to this one guy because he was so cute. And I'm like,
we love cute taqueros.
Yeah. This one guy was in line at Tacos La Huera. And I'm like, where did you come from? I've never seen you before. You are too tall to live in this neighborhood, first of all. Like literally, we're small people.
Yeah.
And so we are. And so he was like, yeah, like I found it on Yelp. I found this page on Yelp. And I was like, what? what? Like tacos la güera's on the map like that? That's amazing.
Yeah, they're out here
So-
taking over. Their pastor is fire too. I know that when I saw them in Pomona, I felt like a piece of home because Pomona could be trash sometimes for food, but that's another time, another story for another time.
Pomona's an interesting place.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you have thoughts about it? You wanna?
No. No.
I know that we were talking about dating. Listen, I am off the market myself,
Good for
but
you.
your dating tweets literally speak to my soul because
Lord.
I had Hinge guy number 1,
Mhm.
Tinder guy, pencil, something. I had bad breath, Benny. You know, like I had them named. We just have to know. We have to identify who's calling at what moment when
It's
we're
true.
on the dating app. So you want to share a little bit about that with someone in Pomona? Is that
I
why it's
know.
interesting?
Never Pomona, dear God. I don't commute for dick anymore. I had to
feel
stop
you.
doing that. I had to stop doing that.
Takes a toll on the gas.
There was a time in my life where I was catching flights and using my passport for dick. You know
We
what I
love
mean?
international dick.
Yes, exhausting though. Exhausting.
Well, unless you never had to travel, man. Men are more than willing to catch a flight and go through the gates of hell for some pussy.
Oh,
I guess. I don't know. Not in LA. I don't know. It's rough because I, on the one hand, refuse to commute. Like I won't even go to either of the valleys.
I feel that. That's real far too.
I set my radius to 3 miles, honey.
Oh, so you trying to run into them?
I'm
You were
like-
trying to run into these men.
Doesn't it make it scary though?
She
like,
said, "Can you walk across the block or not? Like, what's going
Right.
And
on?"
I'm like, if I have to move my car, like I need to be able to take a short Uber ride
I feel
to and
that.
fro. And I need convenience right now because the payoff is not worth literally driving the miles.
We know that's true. You show up and these fools catfishing, just
Mm.
ugly,
Ah.
bad breath, outfits wasted, and for what? For 32 miles? Not down.
No, there is no such thing as 32-mile dick. Not now.
I mean, 26 miles maybe.
25
Shout out to you, baby. Just kidding.
If you find the one, you find the one. But I'm not really trying to find the one right now.
I feel you. Okay.
Like I complain a lot on Twitter and in life and on my podcast and to anybody who will listen about dating and how awful it is. But then I'm like face to face with someone like on a date and they like are asking me questions about my life and I'm like, do I even want this? You know?
Yeah, I feel that.
But it's fun right now. And I feel like I'm young. Like, I don't have a 9 to 5. Like, I might as well go on dates.
you need to fill your time and you need to have meals and you need to have drinks and you gotta look cute. I think that's one of the things that I loved about dating is that the folks that followed me on social media would hype me up. I would show everybody my outfit. It was exciting until you meet them and then maybe they were ugly. But there were a lot of cute men that was just fun for one night.
Yeah.
You know, like I'll never see you again, but thanks so much for the drink. You know, like
Yeah.
that's fun. So I'm glad to see you living it.
100%.
And you gotta know what you want. Because that was my
Mhm.
biggest motherfucking pet peeve. There's people on here like, I don't know what I'm looking for, which is also a status. But if
Mhm.
you out here just being a fuck boy, it's frustrating. If you out here fucking around, say it. Because we're here for it.
Mhm.
Shout out to all the men that were like, I'm just here to fuck. You know what? Have a great day.
Thank
because we
you.
love to know the honesty,
Thank
right?
you.
And then you had the men that wanted to introduce you to mom right away. And it was
I
like,
know.
baby,
Not
I
mom.
never want you to meet my mom, you know? So I feel you. It's a variety out there, and it's beautiful to see you saying you're not sure exactly, but you're having fun. And
Yeah.
fun is the objective many times.
I think it should be, especially when like, look, inflation, plague. None of these fools are making more money than me either. Let me just say that. These fuckers are broke.
It has to be said. It has to be said.
And dusty. And when people accuse me of being shallow for like saying things like that, I'm like, honey, I am shallow as the LA River.
you have to have standards. What are we gonna be doing out
Don't-
here?
Don't ask me for more. Like, we're having a skin deep conversation here.
Right. You want to know. You want to be happy with the person you're with. So be as shallow as you want, baby. What is your type,
Yeah.
though? I'm curious.
Such a good question. I don't know.
Oh.
This is part of my problem. I've dated everybody. I've done everything. I like himbos. I like them hot and dumb.
Okay.
I also really like bisexuals just
Okay.
across the board. I think bisexuals are the most evolved, the most sophisticated, and the best at sex, to be quite honest with you.
Because they know what to do.
They know
all
what
the
to
time
do no
with
matter
everything.
what.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not talking from experience, but I'm just
I am. I am.
I can only imagine.
And honestly, I've gotten really into like thruples recently.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been like playing in a couple little different thruples, and that's been really fun.
That always stressed me out. I had a couple of couples reach out to me, and at first I was like, "Oh, this fool is cute," and then the next picture would be a woman, and I'm like, "Oh, she's cute too," but what the fuck is going on? Like,
Right.
I'm not interested in meeting your wife. I don't like what's going on, and
Yeah.
so it stressed me out a little bit. But
Yeah, I've dealt with more like same-sex thruples.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's been really fun. I did tell my parents this was airing today. I don't know if they're watching, but if you are,
what up, mom and dad?
hi. Hey, you guys. But thruples, they
Right. Nuh-uh.
I did tell my mom, like, Mom, I just need you to be my Kris Jenner.
1,000%. If I get money, baby, you're getting money. So listen to what I enjoy, and if we can get to the point where we support each other, because the money's coming in, Mama Muñoz. The money is coming in.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully. Yeah. Is there what? Yeah, hopefully. But I was like, Mom, you need to be my Kris Jenner. Like, Kim has had her sex tapes. You love to watch HBO, and it's basically all smut.
All tits.
It's
everything.
all tits.
Just
the Sex and the City ladies have been talking about sex publicly for like 50 years. If they can do it and get paid, why can't I? Like, can I talk my shit? Can I talk hoe shit? Can I make a little money doing it? Like, I don't want to be virginal. I don't want to be like a representative. I'm not a librarian. I'm not a teacher. I quit my teaching job so I could do this, like
yes.
I don't want to limit myself in the things I talk about because like, oh my God, like my parents are not going to like it. When my parents have stuff to do at work, they don't check in with me about it.
Right.
I'm like talking about thruples is part of my job.
And you're making money. And you're living life.
My work.
And you're enjoying it. We're here for it. We love it.
So thank you, LA Taco, for enabling me.
1,000%. We're huge. We're huge fans of Locatora Productions, of Marihuanera. I see a collaboration in the future as well with LA Taco and Locatora Productions. And I think we should close out with a this or that, because unless y'all have any other questions. Do you have any other questions for Mala?
I want to know the hot takes.
You want
This
to know
or
the hot
that?
takes.
What are we
You wanna know the hot
doing?
takes. So what this is going to work like is I'm just going to list this or that, and you're going to tell me what your favorite. I would love for y'all to chime in too, because I want to know if I should judge you or to love on you a little bit more. I did do this on my social media, and I was told that I cause fights in between families over dinner. So we love to do that. We love the drama. It isn't fun unless there's a little bit of drama. So Mala, to start off, do you prefer loaded nachos or loaded fries?
I had loaded fries yesterday. Carnitas fries from Carnitas Michoacan.
Yes, shout out to them. We love Carnitas Michoacan at Lincoln Heights, or is there one near you too?
There's one out there somewhere.
Okay.
I have to admit I ordered it on one of the apps.
I feel you. Okay.
Don't hate me.
The convenience, yo. Don't hate the player, hate the game.
Exactly.
It's what's available. It's what we can order. So you fuck with fries, same. What about y'all?
I don't know, man. I like the nachos, because you know why? I like to be able to pick that up and scoop it up,
Okay.
Yeah, I like the nachos.
Extra toast on my fries. Gotta say
Extra
fries.
crispy.
Extra
Yes.
crispy.
I can go either way. Fries,
Or
nachos.
it does depend on the context, because I do like the crisp sometimes, but a perfectly fried fry just hits different sometimes.
Yeah.
The
fries have to be
with
good,
carnitas though. I always either get carne asada or pastor.
So good.
If
But
I'm
I'm gonna try
drunk,
that.
I'd probably go for the fries though, because it's just like just
potatoes.
all that grease and
Just
soaking
heavy.
in.
Just we love that heaviness. It's just good. Yes. Okay. So that wasn't that much of a hot take. What about burritos or tacos con tortilla de maíz? And also, burritos don't exist in Mexico, right? Like, you don't go over there and you order burritos. I mean, I shouldn't say they don't exist.
They
but,
are now.
Well, I should say from the context of where my family's from. My mom's like, es un pinche burrito. ¿Quieres tortilla de harina o tortilla de maíz? Shout out to Norma, Mexicali repping. But yeah, what do you prefer?
Dang. I like tacos. I love tacos. I really do, because I love how you can have 5 different meats.
A
Right?
variety, if you will.
And if you're having one burrito, you're sticking to that experience.
Yeah, and if you mix the meats, it's too much flavor. I feel you. I fuck with tacos too, if anyone was wondering. What
Yeah,
about
no,
y'all?
I like tacos, of course. I fuck with burritos too if I'm in a hurry. But
Now, do we like them
tacos all the way.
wet? Do we like them wet or dry?
That's what
We're gonna
she
add a little
said.
edit, right? We like them wet sometimes, all the time. We stay wet.
That wet ass
No, burritos
burrito.
have got to be dry. Otherwise, it's like what an enchilada. Half
Right.
enchilada, half burrito.
Yeah.
Eat it with a fork and knife. I don't know.
Yeah.
Burrito's supposed to be handy.
Yeah.
I like my tacos. Period.
Period.
Burrito. I don't like the commitment. It's too much for me. I want to know like si quiero las carnitas, fine. Burrito, you gotta commit. So always tacos. Always tacos.
I only get burritos when I'm really hungry.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, because
or-
it's more bang for your buck, right? Like
Yeah.
sometimes the little tacos don't hit, little 2-biters. We need more. I feel you.
Yeah, sometimes I skate down to the taco shop, get a burrito, but normally I go with tacos.
All right. Next question is the city or el rancho?
Oh my god.
What do you vibe with?
Oh girl, I'm a city girl.
City girl, I feel you.
I don't know anything about ranch life.
Right.
I
The only
really
rancho I
Anything.
ever visited was for our family reunion, and it didn't have no animals, so I was deceived. I said, "Where are the pigs? Where are the sheep? Where can I pet something?" And it was just dirt. So shout out to the rancho and
You're expecting a
Ensenada.
petting zoo or something?
Right. I wanted to milk
A
the
real
cow.
pet.
I wanted to, feed the. I wasn't say the pigeons because that's my experience, right? I wanted to feed the animals, and it was a dirt road, which I had a lot of fun at. But yeah, I agree, city. Especially East Los, LA girl. I've lived in New York for grad school. My heart is kind of split in two. Shout out to East Coast, but every time I leave, I just miss LA. The smell of the exhaust pipe, the smell of the hood burger joint with the oil that should have been changed yesterday. There's a lot that comes, the charm that
The
comes with
aromas,
places like East
yes,
LA.
yeah.
I'm sure Harvard Heights. It's beautiful.
Oh, yeah,
And
there
the
are
rancho
smells.
hits, it's just not the same.
No, and New York is too cold.
Yeah.
It's like
See, but I love the looks, the winter moments.
Yeah.
But then sometimes it's not even just a moment because you're bundled up looking like a little pillow walking down the street. And we
It's
don't like
true.
that either. So fall in New York is ideal. What about y'all?
Well, I mean, my family's from Zacatecas, and we live the rancho life out there. So I'm all about the rancho life.
Okay.
And whenever I can get out of LA, I'm trying to go back to the rancho.
Did you pet the animals or was there none?
I bet.
You don't
No.
pet them.
Did you milk the cows?
My family's they're ganaderos, so they got a lot of cows.
Okay.
Raise a lot of cows and stuff, and with my grandpa, and that was fun. Yeah,
Yes.
I miss that. So I try to go back every now and then.
Okay.
do you have like a single like younger relative who's like an heir to this?
Enjoy city life for Mala.
All my primos are a mess. I mean, they're a big mess just like me, so I wouldn't recommend.
But are they single and
Right.
in
She
line?
didn't ask about the
No.
mess.
No. No one I can recommend. Sorry, they're all taken. They all got a few baby mamas each.
Ooh,
so,
Great.
I gotta agree with Memo. I like the rancho life. The first time I went to the fiestas in my mom's town, Guadalajara, bro,
Poppin'.
floored.
Yes.
Floored day one. They're like, vamos a tequila, vamos a un day trip.
Shout out to tequila.
Shout out to tequila, but also like I was not prepared. Like we went to go get botas, we went to go get the tejana, and I was like, oh, we're all in this. Great change of pace. The ganado too. Like you don't know if you're eating it later, so you don't want to pet that. Like keep it at a distance,
Give it a
Like
I
name.
feel
you don't name them. You're like
I would
"That
definitely be like, mija, te estás comiendo el Pablito. I would like fucking shrivel into a ball and die as a kid, probably.
one." Yeah, so gotta say rancho life when I can get away.
Okay.
Bomb.
Lex, it's up to you. What's up?
I love LA.
You love LA. Okay. And I know you're East Coast repping too, right? So that means a lot to say you love LA.
Yeah, I lived in New York for like 8 years, but I feel like this is the place for me.
Okay. We love it. So we're kind of split in half a little bit. So for the final one, I wanted to ask, my favorite season just passed, which is spooky time. A bitch is spooky. A bitch loves it all. But we also have Mariah Carey on repeat coming. So the last one is, do you prefer spooky ookie ookie time or do you want Mariah Carey on repeat?
Oh my god, it's so hard because I want like a spooky Mariah.
I feel that. My house is half Halloween, half
No,
Christmas once
no,
summer hits.
no.
Yes.
I want
She's
a
gonna hit
spooky
that
No, we already
package.
have 2 months of
We love to
Mariah. You
blend
can't
the
make
roll.
it 3. No. had enough.
I would like to extend Mariah's season.
Okay, I'm here for it.
Retroactively.
I love it. That song is on repeat already in my house, even though I am a big fan of Spooky Time, so I feel you. I would love to blend the worlds too. What about y'all?
Thank you.
I already said my piece. Nope.
I have an uncle who's like, he's like, oh my. And we're like, what's going on? What's happening? He's like, it's November. You know what that means? And I'm like,
No nut.
no, I
No.
don't know.
Stop.
Bite your tongue.
But he's like, it's the girl who screams. And we're like, what?
I'm done.
Mariah Carey. He's like, you know, all she does is scream. It's the girl that screams. And what's crazy is his wife loves she's like, Mariah, yes, queen. And he's like, oh my God, it's a girl who screams. But I'm a fan of her. Like, play that girl in October. Like, and the last week, like, let's just migrate her in.
Did you just-
Right. She just it's a great transition all the time once November 1st hits.
The little like chiming in, and then she started. You're like, yep.
Yep.
That's
The dogs
it.
get nervous.
Everybody.
The winds cool down. Lex.
I can't remember the last time I dressed up for Halloween. Into it, sorry to say.
Tragic.
And I'm also not that into like Christmas holiday, but if I had to pick one, I'd say Mariah Carey.
Mariah Carey. Okay, we got some Mariah
Excellent.
Carey fans in the house.
Absolutely.
Wow.
La
We have, you know,
Gritona.
right, La
La
Gritona.
Gritona.
I wish I could hit those notes. I shout out to her for keeping up the voice because
yeah.
that's
Queen.
talent. Right.
Queen.
Well, thank you so much, Mala. I wish we could go into more, but I don't want to monopolize your time. She's also booked and busy, y'all. But we loved having you. We hope to see you again. This is not the last time we'll be working LA Taco with Locatora Productions, connecting. We're so excited that you were able to join us. And just keep living. Keep posting, because if you don't, like, it kind of brings me sadness. Like, I love seeing the body and the comedy, and I wish you éxito, like Walter Mercado would say, or like my abuelita would say, right, bitch? Keep working. We're seeing, we love it. I'm waiting for the moment that I get to say, like, look at her on TV. Look at her. Like, we had her on LA Taco Live in 2021. You know, so we love it. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You're killing it. You're a star.
I appreciate it.
I'm
Coming from
obsessed
you,
with
that
you.
means so much. I really, really appreciate it. I aspire to entertain crowds like you do.
You're doing it. You're doing it.
Thank you, Mala. And we did it for the first episode, okay? We better work. This ain't the end of it, y'all. More of it is coming. We're here for it. So before we transition to our next guest, I want to bring up that Memo and I, actually a couple of weeks ago, had an opportunity to go visit some cute foods, some meat slanging foods, some premium meat slanging foods. Just giving a shout out to them. Tacos Los Cholos in Anaheim. We were in OC. Memo, tell us about the video.
Yeah, the hanging with taqueros with Los Cholos out there. They got 2 spots. And great fools, you know, they keep it real to the streets. You know, these guys, they love what they do. They love being taqueros. They grew up, they said like since 7th grade.
Yep.
They got a long history. They go way back. But their meats, I mean, you'll see in the video, they got these thick chunks of prime ribeye, and like these big old costillas and tripitas. I mean, I'm not going to spoil it. I'll just let you guys check it out right now. So,
All right. Ready? We are here with Tacos Los Cholos, where they're going to tell us about their premium meats for the next episode of Hanging with Taqueros, sponsored by White Claw. All right, so here I am with the one and only Mero Mero Cholo. Tell us your name. Tell us about yourself.
My name's Josue. 20 years old. Started this business around 2.5 years ago with my partner. Straight from the streets for you guys. That's what we're doing here. Cooking some flame premium meats, soft cuts, anything you guys like. We're here for you guys.
We love soft. We love soft cuts. We love hard cuts. We're out here. Who'd you start this with?
No, I started with my partner, Michael.
Cool, so let's meet Michael. Whose socks are higher? Sorry, I didn't mean to ask that all violently. Oh, shit.
How do you want me to?
The higher the sock, the bomber the taco. So tell us about yourself.
So my name is Michael. I'm 28 years old too, and we both started kicking it when we were 7th grade and always hanging out on the streets. Now we do what we love doing, cooking tacos in the streets and cooking quality meats.
That's so beautiful. Yo, imagine with your 7th grade homie now achieving your dreams, selling premium meats out in Anaheim. We love to see it. All right, Josue, Michael, folks at LA Taco love to have their menus curated by the folks who know best. So what do you recommend people order when they come to Tacos Los Cholos?
For sure, when you come down here, make sure you get the papa loca de rachera. So we open up our papas, put butter, sour cream, cheese, load it up with meat and guac on top, and it's amazing.
Damn, they open them up and stuff them. We're here for that. We love that.
So I recommend a taco de tripa. It's always delicious, always cooked over the mesquite grill, never pre-cooked or anything. We like to make it nice and crispy for the customer, and you get smacked in the face with the smoky flavor and salty flavor.
Knocks you out.
We love to get smacked.
What are you doing over here?
I just want to get it over so I can enjoy it. It is fire. Let's see if Michael was being honest about the tripa. Pa' chuparse los dedos. Come and get smacked like the tripas at Tacos Los Cholos. Tell us about what your style is.
We have a little bit of everything, so we do like Tijuana style, and I guess you could do a little bit of Sonora style.
It's the style of the streets. That's what it is, the style of the streets. Something you only find, it's a mixture of like, it's ghetto fabulous. You got ribeye in the hood,
I'm about to bust out my Maya. Ghetto superstar. We can tell these cholos love to smoke. These cholos smoke everything. These fools stay smoking meats, never scante. But before we let y'all go, I want to know what your favorite tacos you've ever tasted are and where from.
Well, I enjoy the tacos de Saldero from Avenue 26, so shout out to Avenue 26. They got some good stuff down there. So.
Yes.
My favorite taco is un taco de carnitas from Villa Moreliana in downtown LA. Probably the best.
Yes, those carnitas are smooth and popping. I don't know what the fuck I meant. LA Taco, saca el carrito, come through to Anaheim, support your local cholos. Tacos Los Cholos is smoking up some of the best meats. Thanks for tuning in to Hanging with Taqueros, sponsored by White Claw.